What's good, YouTube? It's your man, Pro Hustle Man, with my homeboy, Pro Winston. What's up, Pro Winston?
Nothing, I'm chilling. I'm kind of tired. Nationals just finished, and I just got back a while ago. And I uploaded a video, but a lot of people wanted certain questions about the side deck, so here we go with another video. Excuse me, I'm tired. I'm still wearing the same clothes.
You know you're pro when you out here in the Bronx in pajama pants.
You already know, man. I walk outside with a tank top if I had to, or a white tee.
Yeah. Well, first we want to congratulate you on your top 3 performance at Nats, man. You really pulled it out, man. I want to be the first to say I'm proud of you. You really tested your behind off, and it really came out. You really came out on top, man. A lot of people want to know, man, how'd you do it?
I don't know. I guess it was just sheer will and determination. You know, for a while I noticed that I've been judging a lot and slacking off in my ability to play the game. I've grew up playing around the best, and I just always managed to do well in certain events. And it was this event in particular that I decided to play the Light Swan Dragon deck, only because if it gets touched by the ban list, I wouldn't be able to play at its full potential. It's cheesy way. And I just missed Light Swan, you know. After judging when Alex came in second place with it, and then judging again when it just won, you know, in Philly, got me to think like, whoa, like I'm destined to play this deck. Then I had a couple of my friends tell me that I'm a fool for not picking up the deck when Light Swans is probably at its best right now. And I listened to everyone. Special shout outs to Leonard Hill, Brandon Wigley. They sat there and told me that like I was destined to play the deck. The night before, Brandon helped me out with the side deck in a great deal. He showed me a deck list that he was working on, and I told him that like that deck that he showed me and my deck was probably like 3-4 cards different, because I like Doom Cows and Jane. They didn't have it in there, but it was just sheer will and determination, and I wanted to prove that I wasn't a one-hit wonder when I came in second. And I topped twice in 2009, topped again in 2010, topped again in 2011. In 2012, it was kind of dry, you know? So I told them last year when I was doing my player profiles that I will return.
What I found really interesting, and before we get into your deck choices, was the inspirational video that you put up a few months ago. I thought that was very important. It actually inspired me to play better. So I just want you to just talk a little bit about that video and what made you use that as a source of motivation.
I was sitting home and I was watching everyone do well in these events. And I said that I belong on the top, you know, like I've busted my ass to like get to where I am. I've had a lot of haters try to stop me, you know. I've made a lot of enemies and I made a lot of friends in this game. But I noticed that throughout every graveyard there is, throughout every hand you get, you have to just play out of it. And I have that ability. Yes, I do make mistakes, but I do have that ability to come out of a hard situation. And I decided to like evaluate myself. And I evaluated myself by going back to where it all began. And every top after that, and every deck profile I got, every inspiration that I can pass to anyone and everyone that watched my YouTube who adored Jarel Pro Winston, the self-proclaimed pro, I had to make that video, you know, and I had to just let the world know that I will return in Chicago or WCQ.
You know, I was looking at your deck list, and I noticed that there were some really standout cards. I want to start with Jane. You played one Jane, and I had to think about it for a second, and I realized that one card can really make a difference. And I want you to just talk a little bit about the selection of Jane.
To me, Jane was hands down broken. While I was testing the deck, I tested like probably 74 versions of the deck first. And I have all the notes in my house. Jane is just broken. It helps against the rabbit matchup. What happened?
No.
Oh, I'm sorry. It helps against the rabbit matchup. And it also helps against the side deck choices that other people play. But at the time, I didn't like 3 Raikos and 3 Lilas because it was too everybody, you know? So I decided to play one Aaron, the monk, 1 Jane, 2 Lilas, and 2 Raikos. But then I took out the bunk to put in a 3rd Lila because I wanted to play Tempest Magician because you need a spellcaster for Tempest Magician. And Jane just had to stay in the deck. There was no, I couldn't see a card better than Jane in my eyes. And I never really wanted the Solar Recharge, a Raiko, nor a Lila. So I got the Jane.
Tell me about the choice for the Doom Caliber Knight. Now, obviously 1900 beta can bump heads with Thunder King. Is going to stop any DD Crows, Effect Veilers. The fact that it's dark obviously helps for the Dark Armed Dragon and the Chaos Sorcerer. But enlighten us again and let us know about that particular choice.
It was just simply one of my friend's cards that he told me to play. I stayed in a hotel this past weekend with the guy that topped in Philly with his Dragon deck, and he told me, Jarel, you should try Doom Caliber Knights. They're very good. So basically, yeah, he told me to try it out, and that's what I did. I don't regret playing Doom Caliber Knight. It hands down won me a lot of games, and it negated goals a lot.
That's interesting. One of the things I can say, having known you for a while, is that your thought process about the game has really, really changed. And I'd like to know how much do you attribute that to being around pros, so-called pros, or really experienced players in Yu-Gi-Oh?
I'm starting to drift off from that. I've always wanted to surround myself with these players, and that's how I grew up, you know. But now, as of late, it's kind of different because you wanna be around them to like work on certain decks and then like try to help each other. But it's kind of different right now, unless you're in like some type of fraction or team. They really can't share secrets with you or nothing like that. Like I mean, like there's a couple of people, I don't want to say no names, who still help me, even though that they're on the team. But as of now, I just like stay to myself, and I just practice, and Nebulous with Jerry Wing and some of his people, you know, because like they help you, you help them, they work together, they ask you questions, you ask them questions, and it's real simple. It's really nothing else you can say about that. So I like to start working on things myself. Same way I did in California. I worked with one person, back and forth, I did well. Florida, I worked by myself, I did well. Because the more you listen to someone, the more you're going to change something. And your gut feeling is now changed to someone else's feeling. That's probably all I can say about that.
That's interesting. On a personal note, from a conversation we had earlier, and I said, do you give back the trophy that you were allowed to hold as motivation? And I am strongly against giving Shane and Paul the trophy back for this one reason, because when you move that trophy, I want you to replace it with your own first place trophy. Just talk a little bit about how it feels to have this 3rd place Nationals trophy under your belt.
It feels good. I mean, like, Nationals is a different event than YCS. YCS, there is only one winner, you know, because you're fighting for something different. Now, Nationals, from what the pros told me, it's a whole different circuit. Like, there's no... Nationals really don't have one winner, because the only reason why you play it out is for the internet, right? And the only reason you play it out is so that everyone can see the round by round coverage. But the minute you get your top 4 players, there's really no need to play. And I'm not taking nothing away from Tyler, because he did bust my ass, you know. But simple is as simple does. There wasn't no real difference, so that's why I feel comfortable with my 3rd place trophy. So I will hand Shane Scurry and Paul Levington back their trophy, because I told them, once I get a trophy of my own, once I get a trophy that will motivate me, once I get a trophy that will motivate my followers, my supporters, all my haters, you know, then I will feel accomplished at something. But the job is not over. I still have to represent America and worlds. I still have to travel 6 hours on one flight, rest, take another 6-hour flight to go to Japan, just to do my little signal that I kept on doing to y'all in the Nationals, you know. I was determined. I had a month and a half to practice. I have a month and like 10 days. I will succeed, you know? I will do well. Hansel Aguero and a couple of other people will be helping me that had the experience to be in that position, and they said that I helped them feel for the game again. So I will prepare.
I will say this as we wrap this up, that your determination, your stick-to-itiveness is all very, very contagious. You know, your personality is extraordinary. It's striking. You got a lot of people out there right now that are really following you. They're following you on Facebook. They're following you when you play. They support you when you win. They support you when you lose. They encourage you when you win and lose. And I must say that you are definitely on your way to being a very, very, very big name in this game. So I want to thank you for taking the time out to interview you on your channel. And to everybody out there, you already know, if it's not pro,
it gots to go. Deuces.